Assalamu alaikum. Myself Ahkam Ansari. You are watching KMS English Medium High School and Junior College official YouTube channel. Student, in this lecture, I will be talking about the first chapter of Advanced Web Designing. In our previous lecture, we have seen meta tag and its attribute. I think you might get some idea about meta tag. In previous lecture, I have explained the meaning and definition of meta tag. Let me refresh you. Meta tag is an important element or important HTML tag which is placed in HTML head section, means between opening and closing head tag. We can put meta tag inside the opening and closing head tag. So the main objective of placing meta tag inside a web page is to provide information about your web page. Okay, so as meta tag means data about data or information about data, means what types of information you have in your website you can describe inside the meta tag. So meta tag, the value of meta tag is used by the search engine, and search engine get some keywords or some information from meta tag. That's why meta tag is called as a metadata or data about data. In previous lecture, I have explained you each and everything regarding meta tag and its attribute. Okay, I have told you that meta tag is like your context page or your index page, in which we can see which type of content is stored inside that website. Okay, so in today's lecture we will see some more attributes of in meta tag. So let's have a look what we are going to learn today. Okay, that is our first chapter, Advanced Web Designing, and we are learning meta tag and its attribute. In previous lecture we have seen name and content attribute of meta tag, but in today's lecture our focus will be on HTTP equi. Okay, what is HTTP equi? That is HTTP equivalent. Okay, then we will see one more important attribute of meta tag, that is char set, or you can say character set. Okay, these are two meaningful and very important attribute of meta tag. Okay, so we will see each one of this attribute, that is HTTP equi and char set, and we will see practically what is the use of HTTP equivalent and what is the use of char set. Let me explain a little bit about HTTP equivalent or equi and char set, then we will start practically, so you will get a clear picture what I am talking about or what is mean or what is use of this attribute. HTTP equi is a attribute, okay, or you can say is a keyword. Okay, HTTP, that is a full form of HTTP, is a hypertext transfer protocol, means this is a protocol which is used to transfer information from your client to server, but here it is working as a attribute, means it transfers some information from your page to your server, means like in your header it is used to transfer some message, or it is used to transfer some information to your server. So which type of information is sent, we have to specify by using this attribute. So we have different values or different keywords which is used with the help of HTTP equivalent. The most common attribute or keyword is refresh. Okay, sometime user want to refresh their website after every 5 second, 10 second, 15 second, or on the basis of user requirement. So the page can be refreshed by using one attribute of meta tag, that is HTTP equivalent or HTTP equi, and inside content attribute we can specify refresh. Okay, the one of the very important thing I just want to tell you that if you are using http equi attribute, so you are not allowed to use name attribute inside meta tag. You can use multiple meta tag, but in a single meta tag, if you are using http equi, so in that meta tag you can't use name attribute. We will see it. Then http equi is also used for set cookies. What is cookies? Cookies is nothing but a small amount of data which you can save inside your client machine. Means it provides information to server whether server want to store some information on client machine or not. So by using http equi, user can set some cookies values. Okay, cookies is a very important topic. We will see once we will start our cookies topic, but right now here it is working as a attribute in which the user can specify the amount of data which can be stored inside the client machine. Or you can simply remember that cookie is a small amount of data which is stored inside the client machine, or not in server. In server machine we store data inside a session, but inside cookie we store some data in your client machine only. http equi also uses with some attribute or some keyword, like sometimes we have to specify which type of data, which type of file it is. Means http equi is also used with content type, which type of content your page is written. So you can specify by using text or css or whatever type is it, so you can specify inside the http equi. Then comes to char set. Char set means character set. As we know, we are working in a globe, means a web page is, or web page can be displayed worldwide. A world is combination of different countries where a number of languages are present. Every country uses their own language or different languages. So there is a character set or there is an encoding set. Okay, so the computer must use certain form or certain standard encoding. We have a number of standard, like some standard like we have ISO, we have ASCII, we have ANSI. These are the some international standards, okay, which provide some common standard code. So our page must be displayed in a proper way. For example, if I am in India, so in Indian understand English language or Hindi, Marathi, Urdu language. Okay, so if anyone write some code or something by using Urdu language or Marathi language or any language, the content must be displayed according to their language. So char set is nothing but a feature which specifies that which character encoding, which standard the browser is understanding. Okay, so normally we use char set as UTF-8. What is UTF-8? UTF, what is the full form UTF? I just want to tell you, UTF, that is a Unicode transformation format. Where is, what it means? Unicode, or sometimes it's called encode, encoding or Unicode. Mostly it's called encoding transformation format. Means the content of the page can be converted into an international format which is called as a encoding. UTF-8 is used for HTML5. Before HTML5 we have different types of UTF, like we have Big 5 that is used for China. Then before that we have different types of character set. But right now in HTML5, or the default character set in HTML5 is UTF-8. Okay, so UTF-8 support all types of character. Means we have a number of language which works on World Wide Web. So all the symbols, all the characters, all the numbers, all the digit are supported by UTF-8. So most of the countries or all of the countries are using UTF-8 in HTML5. So we will see some feature and some meaning definition of these two attributes, that is HTTP equi and char set. Let's have a look. What is char set? Even I have explained each and everything, but for your exam point of view, you have to remember all these things. Char set, we are learning about char set, so just read out. Char set specifies the character encoding used by the document. Means which type of character or which type of encoding supported by your browser you have to specify inside the char set attribute. So mostly, as I have told you, that we have n number of or n number type of encoding or character set like UTF, that is a international or the default for HTML5, and we have big 5. Big 5 is mostly used for Chinese language. Okay, so we have n number of alphabets and characters in Chinese language, so that we Indian cannot interpret or cannot read it. But if we use big 5 in a character set attribute of meta tag, so the content will be converted or content will be supported in Chinese language. Okay, but this is the important UTF-8. As I told you, what is the mean of UTF? That is a UTF I have already described you. So we are working on character set. See one more meaning or one more feature. The default character set for HTML5 is UTF. This one I have already discussed. I have told UTF-8 covers almost all the characters and symbols. Even this point is also covered. And the last point, UTF for Indian characters and big 5 for Chinese characters. Okay, UTF-8 not for Indian only, but UTF-8 supports all the characters. Okay, Indian, if I am right, if I have written Indian, but UTF-8 supported all the characters, but big 5 supports only Chinese characters. Okay, next, HTTP equi. We have discussed something regarding HTTP equi. That is it sends some information to the server about your page. Okay, see some feature. I think we have all discussed all these things, but for your exam material, just read it. HTTP equi attribute of meta tag used for HTTP response message header. What is mean by response message header? It is HTTP is a hypertext transfer protocol equivalent, means it sends some information in their header section and tells the server which type of information you store inside your header or inside your page. So the server can predict or server can get information from your HTTP equivalent. Okay, it's called the HTTP equi. So if you are using HTTP equi, please do not use name attribute. As we know, as we have discussed in our previous lecture, that is a name is a attribute of meta tag. Okay, so if you are using HTTP equi, please do not use. Then we have some example. Okay, meta HTTP. What is HTTP equi? Is an attribute. Then equals to refresh. I just want to write refresh. Okay, so here instead of references I have to write refresh, because references is not a proper word or not a proper values for HTTP equi. So I have to change this. Once we are start coding, I will change it. Okay, then content equal to 5. Okay, what content attribute shows? Content attribute shows the value of this attribute. Okay, if I have written the correct value for this attribute is HTTP equal to refresh, means I am going to tell the browser, I am going to tell the server, or actually I am going to tell the server that my page will be refresh. Okay, so if I have write refresh instead of references, so my page will be refreshed after 5 seconds. Okay, if I write 5, so the page will be refreshed after 5 seconds. If I write 10, the page will be refreshed after 10 seconds. Okay, Now I think you got some idea regarding what is HTTP equivalent and what is HTTP, sorry, what is char set. So in simple word, if I say HTTP equi is a message sender to your server, that you have something in your head section, like you can set some amount of data inside the cookie, you can set the type of the file, or you can tell the browser to refresh the page after how much time. In the same way, char set is an attribute of meta tag which is used to specify that which type of encoding you are doing in your website, which language you are using, and how your server or your browser will transfer or convert your data in which standard form. So if you are using HTML5, means you are using UTF-8. So UTF-8 is a default character set for HTML5s. Now we have a, now as we know, all the attribute which is supported by meta tag, it cannot affect on your web page physically, means it is not used for physical changes or change in decoration of your web page. But HTTP equi attribute of meta tag is support refresh attribute. Okay, so the refresh attribute can be refresh your page, so you can physically or you can check the page whether it's a refreshing or not. So I am going to show you how the page can be refreshed by using HTTP equi attribute with refresh value and with some passing some amount of time. Okay, so I will show you some example of HTTP equi attribute. Okay, so let's have a look. First we will going to start to create a web page, then we will use meta tag. Inside meta tag I will use this line of code, then I will show you how the page will be refreshed by using this equi attribute. So let's have a look. Okay, I'm just going back to my desktop, then I will type notepad, because we have to create a web page by using a simplest application software, that is a notepad. So I will start with doc type HTML. Okay, this line shows that I'm writing HTML5. Then I will simply add some important tag, that is opening HTML and closing HTML. Okay, inside that I will take head tag and I will add closing head tag. Okay, then I will add body tag, then closing body tag. Okay, now these are 6 basic HTML tag which required in any of the web page. Okay, now all the content will be displayed if we write inside the body tag. So I will just add one h1 tag, that is a heading, and closing h1 tag. Inside that I will add the today's topic, that is a attributes of meta tag. Okay, now I will add one more attribute, that is a img tag. One more tag, sorry, not attribute, img tag. What is the use of img tag? I will tell you. Means img tag is used to insert an image inside your web page. So I am going to save this file. I am going to save on my desktop. Just I will assign as a testing.html. Okay, so I have saved this file. I will just go back to my browser, sorry, my desktop, where I have saved some file. So I will click on testing. So I just want to zoom so you can get clear picture. Okay, attributes of meta tag. This is the heading coming from h1. Now I am going to add one image, imgsrc equals to, I will insert the name and path and type of the image. So I have already downloaded one image, that is this one. I will add this image, so I will just right click and go in property of that particular image. I will just copy the name, because I'm not going to copy location. Why? Because my html file, that is the testing.html, and my image file is at the same place. So the if file and your image file means your html file and your image file is at the same place or in a same folder, not in subfolder, in a same folder. So no need to give full path. You can directly access that image by using image name and their image type. So the image name is school main. So I will just copy this and I will back to my application. I will paste it, that is school main, this is image name. I will again back to, then type of the file is .jpg, this one. Okay, so I will copy this and I will go back to my browser. I will just write .jpg. Okay, so I will save this file. Okay, so I will click on save. Then again, when I go back to my browser, when I refresh the page, the image will be added. Okay, now I am going to use http equi attribute. Okay, http equi attribute. See the example, meta tag. So where I put meta tag, I put meta tag on head section, that is between opening and closing head tag. Then I will use http attribute. Instead of reference, I will write refresh. Okay, I just want to change this, refresh, not reference. Okay, refresh. So I will just copy this. Instead of typing, I will just copy this, Control C, and I will back and save inside the head tag. So this is my head tag, opening and closing. I will go and paste inside that tag. So I have pasted. Meta is a tag name, http equi. Okay, it's a name of attribute. Then refresh is a value, and how much, after how much time, that is 5. I have written 5. Okay, so I just want to change this. Okay, refresh, and I want to change this to 5. Okay, now I just want to save this. Click on save. See, if I go back to my browser, sorry, this is my browser. When I refresh, okay, nothing will happen. Why? Because meta tag is not used to change physically your web page. Okay, but if you can see, the page is refreshing after 5 seconds. If you can notice, the page refreshing after 5 seconds. See, I'm not doing anything. Okay, but you can see the page is going to refresh after every 5 seconds. Okay, you can see that the h1 and image is continuously refreshing. Why? Because I have used http equi refresh, then content equal to 5. What is 5? 5 is a 5 seconds. What is HTTP? That is a hypertext transfer protocol. Equi attribute send information, okay, send information to the browser to refresh the page. Okay, what he's saying, what this attribute is saying, saying some message. Which message? To refresh the page. Okay, which message? To refresh the page. The page will be refreshed when? After 5 seconds. If I change to 10 seconds, okay, if I write 10, so it will considered as a 10. Save it. When I go back to my browser, okay, now you can see the page will be refreshed after 10 seconds. I am not doing anything, but you will see the page will refresh after 10 seconds. See the first billing, then you have to wait for 10 seconds, then again you will see the page is refreshing after 10 seconds. Okay, now I just want to show you live. If you are not getting the pages whether refreshing or not, suppose, what is mean by refreshing of page? Refreshing of page means the whole page is loaded on server. Okay, the whole page is loaded on server. Right now our page is not connected with the server, but our HTML page is uploaded or loaded on your browser. Okay, so the page you have written means the content you have written, this content, this amount of data is written inside the notepad file, okay, on HTML file. When you run this program, this content will be uploaded on your browser, so the browser will interpret each line of code and convert into a HTML page. So this page is converted. What is mean by refresh? The page is loaded after 10 seconds. Okay, see, I just want to change, I just want to show you live how this refresh is working if you are unable to see the refresh. Okay, for example, the page is refreshing after 5 seconds. I just want to change to 10. Okay, I have already changed. Now if I remove, see, currently you are watching, you are seeing that image is displayed. If I remove this image, okay, where is image? School main. Okay, I will just go back to, see, I just want to show you, show window, side by side. If I click on this, okay, I just want to show you live how this is working. Okay, this is your image, see. Okay, this page is continuously refreshing after 10 seconds. If I, this image, that is school main image, is inserted, okay, when I delete this, okay, when I delete this, for example, I have deleted, no change here. Why? Because this page will refresh after 10 seconds, so the image will disappear after 10 seconds. See, okay, the image is disappear. Why? Because the page is refreshed after 10 seconds. Then the page is refreshed, then again it will check the content. Again, if I add the same image I have saved over here, if I copy this image, the same images I have already copied, copy, then again I am going to paste over here. Okay, so right now you will, again the page is refreshed by after 10 seconds, so this image again back to your browser. Okay, again if I remove, again if I delete it, for example, I have deleted, no delete, the page, when it will be deleted, when the page will refresh. Okay, refresh and delete. Again if I paste over here, paste, you will not get, after when the page will refresh, the image will loaded. Okay, So I think you get the clear picture what is the use of HTTP equi and what is the use of attribute of meta tag, that is a HTTP equi. Then we have HTTP equi, we have different values like refresh, like we have set cookies, like we have expire, okay, and we have content type. These are the some important attributes of meta tag, and these are some keywords of HTTP equi. So finally, I just want to close this video. I just want to refresh what we have learned today. Today we have learned some attributes of meta tag, that is HTTP equivalent or HTTP equi and char set. Okay, these are the attribute of meta tag. The function or the application of HTTP equi is to send some information to the server, information like the page refresh time, then cookie, to set the cookie, to expire the cookies, and to tell the content type. In the same way, we have seen what is char set. As we know, in different countries languages uses different symbols, characters, alphabet, so they have different types of standard of coding. But as in a computer understand only binary language, that is 0 and 1. So there is different standard. One standard is called as ISO, that is International Standardization Organization. Then we have ANSI, American National Standard Institute. Then we have ASCCI, that is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. These are different common international standard which provide encoding or uniformity. So all the browser supports different char set or different set of rule according to their char set. Like we have seen Big 5. Big 5 is a char set standard or format which supports all the Chinese languages or all the Chinese alphabet. In the same way, UTF-8 is a universal or is a common formatting or common format for all the languages currently present in the world. Okay, so if I am working on HTML5, so default char set is UTF-8. Okay, so that's for today. Stay tuned with this channel, that is KMS College Online. I will be back with some new video lecture. Thank you very much.